Good afternoon, my name is Sriwahyuni, and in this video I will present my oral test for the course is writing for publication. So in this presentation I will explain the main topic that we learn in this course, and especially about academic writing and the process of publishing academic works. I will briefly elaborate the important points from each meeting that help me understand how to write and publish academic papers. The first meeting we discussed about the topic of introduction to writing for publication. So from this discussion, I understood that writing for publication is an important skill for students, researchers, and academics. The reason because allows them to share their ideas, opinions, knowledge, and research findings with a wider academic community, like that. And academic writing is different from general writing because it requires clear arguments, logical explanation, and evidence from reliable source, like that. Like according to Murray in 2013, writing for publication enables a scholar to communicate their research and ideas to the academic world. I give the example like when writers or students publish a research article in a journal, so the finding can help other researchers to understand new perspective or solutions related to a particular topic, like that. So from this meeting, I also learned about the basic structure of academic articles and the publication process. Like research article usually include several sections, such as the first is the title, and then the introduction, literature review, methodology, result or findings, discussion, and the last is conclusion. So each section has a specific function in explaining the research clearly and systematically, like that. In addition, the publication process involve selecting an appropriate journal. And the next submitting the manuscript and going through the peer review process, yes, like that. So through this discussion, I realized that writing for publication requires not only about good language skills, but also critical thinking, researchability, and patience revising the work before it can be published, like that. And the second meeting we discussed about the concept of pre-writing in academic writing. From this discussion, I understood that pre-writing is the early stage of writing. Because that helps writers to generate and organize their ideas before starting the drafting process, like that. So without proper preparation, many writers find it difficult to develop clear arguments and logical organization in their writing, like that. Like according to Zhang and Dai in 2011, pre-writing activities can help writers to discover what they want to say and how they want to present or share their ideas, like that. For example, before writing a research article, students or researcher or writer may list several possible topics and ideas in order to determine the main focus of the research, like that. And then another important point, I learned about the different techniques used in pre-writing. This technique includes, the first is brainstorming, and the second is free writing, and the next clustering, and the last is questioning. So brainstorming can help writers to generate many ideas quickly, and free writing allows writers to express their thought continuously without worrying about the grammar or the structure. Yes, and the next about clustering. Clustering allows writers to organize ideas in a visual diagram around a main topic. And the last is questioning. Questioning can help writers to develop their ideas by asking questions about the topic. Yes, like that. So this technique can help writers to explore different perspective and organize their ideas more clearly before writing the full manuscript, like that. And the next meeting, and in the third meeting, we discuss about paragraph and essay writing in academic context. I learned that a paragraph is a group of related sentences that develop one main idea. So a good paragraph usually begins with topic sentences. The topic sentences, the function is to introduce the main idea, and followed by supporting sentences that explain or develop about the idea. And supporting sentences include two parts. The first is clarification sentences. To make the explanation clear, and the second is example sentences that provide concrete illustration about the topic. And the next quote sentences from expert to strengthen the arguments. Yes, like that. According to Bailey in 2018, a well-structured paragraph can help readers understand the writer's argument more clearly. Yes, like that. For example, when writing about the benefits of online learning, yes, the benefit of online learning. So the paragraph include, the first is the topic sentences introduce the main idea about the topic, and the next, the supporting sentences explain the advantages of online learning, and the next about clarification sentences give additional explanation, and the next example sentences illustrate real situations, and quote sentences provide expert opinions. And FYI, finally, the paragraph ends with a concluding sentence that summarizes the main idea of our arguments, our paragraph, like that. From this discussion, I also learned that a good paragraph generally consists of a minimum of four sentences and maximum 10 sentences, so the explanation can remain clear, focused, and easy for readers to understand about our argument, about our paragraph, like that. In addition, we also discuss about the concept of essay writing. Like an essay is a piece of academic writing that discuss a specific topic in a structured form. Yes, generally, an essay consists of three main parts. The first is the introduction, and the second is body paragraph, and the last is conclusion. So the first is about the introduction. The introduction provides background information and the thesis statement, and the second is the body paragraph, explain the arguments with several evidence to about the arguments. Yes, and the last is conclusion to summarize the main points, the conclusion about our essay. So from this meeting, I understood the paragraph are the building block of essay. So mastering paragraph writing is an important step in producing a clear and well-organized academic essay like that. And the next, in the fourth meeting, we discuss about writing and publishing academic works. From this discussion, I learned that academic writing is not only about arranging sentences, but also about brainstorming ideas, transforming ideas. Yes, about transforming ideas, experiences, and classroom observation into systematic research. I give the example like when teacher observe the students have difficulties in speaking English. Yes, like difficulties in speaking English. So they can analyze the problem and write an action research report based on their findings, based on their result. Yes, according to Highland in 2016. Academic writing allows researchers to communicate knowledge and contribute to academic discussions like that. And another important idea we discussed in this meeting was the concept of voice and genre. Yes, about that. The first is voice. Voice refers how writers express their identity and perspective in their writing, while genre refers to different types of academic texts with specific structure and purpose. I give the example like research article usually follow the IMPRAT structure, while like what is the action research? Action research reports focus on planning, action, observation, and the last is reflection. Yes, like that. I also learned that many writers face challenges such as language barriers and limited research experience and fear of rejection. So, however, with continuous practice and persistence, writers can gradually improve their writing skills and successfully publish their work like that. And the last meeting, in the fifth meeting, there were three main topics we discussed. The first is publishing articles, and the second is publication in books and other forms, and the third is academic ethics, such as plagiarism, references, and quotations. Okay, the first topic was publishing academic articles, which is an important activity in higher education. Publishing articles allows researchers and students to share their ideas and research findings with the global academic community. So in other words, when research is published in journals, other scholars can read it, can evaluate it, and further develop the ideas. Yes, like that. When preparing a manuscript, writers must also follow the writing style, about the template and other guidelines to required by the journal where the article will be submitted. Yes, a state by Highland and Jiang in 2020, the peer review serve as a key mechanism for maintaining the credibility and reliability of academic knowledge. For example, if a journal use a specific template or citation style, such as like APA style, so the writer must organize the article according to the structure before submitting for review. Because of this process, the researchers need strong academic writing skills, so their work can meet the standards of scholarly journals like that. And the second topic we discussed in this meeting was publication in books and other forms of academic publication. The first is academic knowledge can be shared not only through journal articles but also through books. Through books, conference proceedings, and digital platform used in higher education. Yes. Okay, academic books usually provide comprehensive explanations of theories, concepts, and research findings that support learning and research activities. Like according to Highland in 2022, academic publications play an important role in shaping the disciplinary knowledge and supporting scholarly communication. In preparing a book or other publication, several stages are involved, such as like the first is manuscript preparation, and the next editing and reviewing and layout, and the last is distribution. So the work is ready to be accessed by readers. For example, an author or writers, the first prepares a manuscript that contains the full content of the book. Then editor can check and improve the language and structure. After that, reviewers evaluate the quality of the content, and the next the publisher designs the layout and format of the book, and finally the book is distributed in printed or digital form. So the students or writers or researchers can access it. So through this process, academic publication can present clear, accurate, and well organized information for readers about the book. Yes. The third topic we discussed was academic ethics, including plagiarism, references, and quotations. The first, academic writing requires honesty and respect for the intellectual work of other scholars, and plagiarism occurs when someone uses another person's ideas or words without giving proper credit to the original source, like Pecorari and Shaw in 2021 explained that the plagiarism often occurs because writers do not fully understand academic conventions and citation system. For example, like copying sentences from a website or article without quotation marks, and citation is considered plagiarism in academic writing. And because of this, the students must learn how to use references, quotations, and paraphrasing and summarizing correctly in order to maintain academic integrity and credibility in their writing. Yes, that's all about that. And that's all my explanation about the topics discussed in the writing for publication course. From this course, I learned many important things about academic writing, the process of publishing articles, and the importance of academic ethic. And I hope this knowledge can help me improve my writing skills and prepare me to publish academic work in the future. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Thank you so much.